Hello YouTube, I'm Tyler and welcome to episode 1 of the new series on the Fischler Moto channel. For the past few years, my fiancée Flora has been quite happy being the backpack while out and about on my motorbike. But at the start of this summer, she decided she's had enough of that and wants to give biking a go for herself. So she went out and done her CBT and has been enjoying riding her little Honda CG 125 all summer. She's been enjoying it that much, she's now decided to go out and upgrade to her full licence. As she's now decided to go ahead and do a full licence, we started looking on Marketplace and looking around dealerships for her first big bike. And after a few weeks of looking, we found one, bought it and brought it home. It's the 1994 Honda CB500. A very sensible first big bike. It's not too big, it's not too powerful, and it's really good to learn on. We paid £900 for this bike, and overall for a 30-year-old bike, it's in good condition. It does need a little bit of love here and there, as like I said, it's 30 years old and almost original. So a few bits do need refurbishing. It runs and it rides well and it has MOT, but one thing I have noticed straight away is the front brake is a bit poor. So what's the point in a bike what can go but not stop? So today in episode 1, I'm going to be giving the front braking system a complete overhaul. Let's have a look at some of the bits I'll be replacing and changing in today's video. We'll be replacing the master cylinder for a brand new one, as on the old one, all of the rubbers and seals have gone and they're perished. As well as that, we'll be rebuilding the caliper with all new seals, rubbers, bleed nipples. We'll be replacing the front brake hose, which is the original one on the bike and quite perished, for a new aftermarket upgraded hell braided one. And to finish it all off, we'll be replacing the brake pads for some decent SBS brake pads. Let's get the bike in the garage and make a start by taking off the front braking components. And that's the front braking system taken off the CB500. The first thing I'm going to do is now strip down the front caliper, give it a good clean up and ready for some paint. That's it, the front brake calipers all refurbished and repainted. It's now going to need 24 hours to dry. So in the meantime, I'm going to get on with a few extra jobs like swapping over the handlebars. The ones that came on the bike are aftermarket and just too wide for the bike. So it's going to be a nice, simple, easy swap, which should only take a few minutes. That's another job ticked off, handlebars swapped over and all the switch gear back on the bike. Now I'm going to get on with the reassembly of the front braking system, starting off with the master cylinder, then the braided brake hose. Once I've done all that, the last thing I can do while waiting for the caliper to dry is clean all the pistons and all the other caliper fittings, ready so that I can rebuild the caliper tomorrow when it's dry. It's the following day, caliper's all dry and it's looking good. I've got the seal kit, all the pistons and all the other parts are now polished and cleaned up, and I can start reassembling the caliper. And that's the front brake caliper fully refurbished and ready to go back on the bike. With the brake caliper on and the brake hose connected, I can now go ahead and fill up the system with some DOT 4 brake fluid. Once I've done that, I can then bleed any excess air out of the braking system, then top up the brake fluid to the correct level. And that's it, job done. Front braking system on the CB500 completely overhauled and refurbished. Bleeding the brakes took a lot longer than expected, and a few of you eagle-eyed viewers may notice this has currently got a different master cylinder to the one which I was going to fit on it. That's because the one I did order, when I went to put it on and bleed the brakes, I then found out it's faulty and don't work. Because of this, I'm going to have to send it back to Wemoto, and in the meantime, I'm just going to use the spare one I had laying around. I'm really happy with the overall result and how it looks. Hopefully, you've enjoyed part 1 of this new series. If so, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications button to be notified when episode 2 comes out in a couple of weeks. As in the next episode, we're going to be tackling the front forks, giving them a complete strip down and overhaul, a bit like the front braking system. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.